Hi guys, I hope you're all doing really well. I did a video recently on why we want to pay our mortgage early and why it is our biggest financial goal at the moment. And I mentioned in the video that we have around 14 months until the fixed interest rate on the mortgage is due to end, and that our very ambitious goal is to try to fully repay the mortgage by the time our fixed contract ends. So the countdown is on, the clock is ticking away, and I want to monitor this each month going forward to run through the numbers and see if we are on track or to see how far away from the goal that we are. Because we are locked into a fixed rate, when we make overpayments, the money sits on the account as credit. So when I refer to overpayment savings, I'm kind of referring to mortgage credit that we have on this account. And then we also have investments that we plan to withdraw closer to the time. The investments are currently the one saving stream that have me concerned about whether we'll reach the goal, because the market is currently quite volatile and our balance has taken a huge hit in the past 6 months. Obviously, if we had foreseen this, we would have redeemed our investments out months ago, but I guess that's the risk you take when you're investing, I guess. I'm actually a very risk averse person, so seeing the volatility here is very hard for me actually. But I'm glad that not all of our money is invested and we have other steady savings and mortgage credit. Jumping into the numbers now. The current outstanding mortgage balance we have is €177,144. We have mortgage credit on the account, which totals €77,701, which then leaves a balance of €99,443 to find. The available investments we have are currently valued at €29,702. This is after we pay taxes and fees, which brings us to a balance of €69,741 that we need to find. So then looking into how we plan on coming up with the rest of this money over the next 14 months, we will have 14 mortgage principal payments that should total around €9,800. The principal amount fluctuates each month, so this is an average number, but this will bring the gap down to €59,941. We will be investing approximately €3,000 more in this time frame, which should hopefully increase the overall balance of the investments, all things going well, and bringing the gap down to €56,941. I'm not 100% sure on this one though, because the way the funds work is this balance might not be available to us to redeem when we need it. There's usually X amount of time that the money needs to be invested for before we can redeem, but let's see. We are expecting additional income of around €9,000 for this period, which will go directly to this goal. It's going to be kept separate from our budgeting savings. Although the amount is tentative, this should bring the amount needed down to €47,941. And we are budgeting to add around €14,000 to the mortgage credit balance for this period, bringing the gap down to €33,941. And lastly, we have additional investments that will be available to redeem before the goal deadline. And as things stand, the value of these investments after fees and taxes should be around €21,660, which brings the amount needed down to €12,281. And that is where it ends. As of today, we will be €12,281 short, and we won't make our goal of repaying the mortgage in full by the time the fixed interest rate ends. So that's actually quite disappointing to see, but we are still holding out for being able to make this work. A lot of these numbers are provisional and could either go up or down in the meantime, which is why I want to look at this every single month going forward, and hopefully with each passing month the figures will become more accurate because we'll have less provisional data and more precise data. If we are short, the backup plan is still to make a large overpayment and to bring the outstanding mortgage way down. And then it shouldn't take us too much longer after that to repay it in full, because once we reduce the mortgage balance, the interest that we will pay will be very low. The majority will be going towards principal payments. And then ideally, we also hope that the value of our investments will bounce back a bit in the coming months, because that would really help us out. And I think at this stage we do need a little bit of luck on our side here.